It's going to be part 2 to my Dusty Negro video series. And in this video, I'm going to talk about these Dusty Negroes. Now, what is a Dusty Negro? Your Dusty Negro is basically a Negro who has not come to a state of mental maturity to become a man. He's a guy who's stuck at he may be 35, 40 years old, but he's still at a mental age of 11 or possibly 12 years old. This is the type of Negro I've talked about constantly in numerous videos, like the swirling videos and other videos where I talk about the dysfunction regarding this Afro-American Negro. And this Dusty Negro, the reason why he's dusty is because he has no sense of mental maturity, he has no moral compass, he has no shame, he has no dignity. And he's pretty much the final product that was raised by a single mother who said that she could raise a boy into a man. Unfortunately, because there was no man to teach him leadership or how to lead himself, this guy only knows how to follow. And he spends his life following two people, his mother and then his girlfriend, because that's all the Dusty Negro knows how to do. He follows behind people like a small child, looking to get his needs met by others because he doesn't know how to go out and meet them for himself. And this is what makes him pretty much dusty, because he doesn't know how to go out and get a job. He doesn't know how to keep a job. He doesn't know how to budget his money. He lives pretty much like a child. And his mindset, his whole focus is on Xbox video games, getting on his cell phone and fussing and arguing with men on YouTube, sitting here and going out to the foreign-owned store to buy chicken wings and fried rice, a Chinese restaurant to get chicken wings and fried rice, or standing outside the foreign-owned store to sit there and talk a whole bunch of nonsense with other guys. And what's really crazy about some of these Dusty Negroes is that these are the type of guys who will get up at 8 o'clock in the morning to go stand outside of a foreign-owned store to go beg for change, but when you ask them to go out and go look for a job, they give you an attitude. Again, showing you how they think. That's so dysfunctional. They think just like this single mother that raised them, because they live, again, to get their needs met. So for them, going out to get their needs met is more logical for them to go stand outside of a foreign-owned store and beg people coming out of it for change rather than trying to go out and make money for themselves. This is the backwards thinking that they have. They'll sit there and watch this Arab guy make dollars while they're sitting here thinking that begging for 50 cents is perfectly normal. And I've had my encounters with Dusty Negroes here in my own neighborhood in the South Bronx because they're easy to identify. This is the guy standing outside of that foreign-owned store wearing a $200 pair of Air Jordan tennis shoes, a pair of $160 True Religion jeans, a $1,000 leather jacket, yet he's going to have the audacity to ask you for 50 cents. And some of them will even be carrying a $500 iPhone that their mother or their girlfriend got. A tool they can use that would make them money through the eBay app, but no, this Afro-American Dusty Negro is going to use that phone to sit there, to go on YouTube, to cook and roast people he disagrees with, to bicker and argue with people he disagrees with, and to pretty much call up other females in the hopes of scoring some of that graveyard between their legs. But this is the Dusty Negro pretty much for the most part. And these Dusty Negroes, they're just like small children. And most women who have them in their home, pretty much they're pitying them and they're tolerating them. And the way they see them is just like dealing with a small child. They cannot do anything with him that's adult. You cannot take this man anywhere because he does not know how to dress. He's sitting here when his idea of dressing up is getting a denim suit and putting on a pair of Timberland Spice Tans, and then he's going to sit there and tell you he's ready to go to the restaurant. That's why he's dusty, because he doesn't know how to do anything. He has no life skills. He has no social skills. He has no ability to do for self. And any woman who gets involved with a Dusty Negro pretty much winds up in a codependent relationship. And in a codependent relationship, one person has more power over the other. And most women think that they're getting a good thing when they deal with this Dusty Negro, that they're going to get some sort of leverage over this Dusty Negro, but it often turns out to be a nightmare because, again, it's like caring for a small child, and you as a woman would want somebody who's an equal partner. And Dusty Negroes never are equal partners. They require 100% time of care, they require 100% time of effort, and they literally suck the life out of anyone who gets involved with them. This is why they are considered dusty, because they spread dust all over the place with anyone who gets involved with them. And only the most desperate and dysfunctional people get involved with this Dusty Negro, because this Dusty Negro, again, he's impossible to deal with because he's unable to care for himself and has no interest to care for himself. He is primarily looking for a mommy to meet his needs. And men who need somebody to meet their needs, again, that's like dealing with a handicapped child. That's a headache to deal with. That's a nightmare to deal with. And that's why people don't like Dusty Negroes. And another, section of Dusty Negroes is a Dusty Negro female. And the Dusty Negro female out here, she's all, just like the Dusty Negro, except she usually gets skirts by because she can find a simp to care for her. And you can easily identify your Dusty Negro female because she's the female sitting up asking you for change. Again, she's also standing outside the foreign-owned store asking for change, or she's out standing outside asking for 50 cents to get something, and she's living up usually off another relative or something like that. And the Dusty female is also stuck in a state of arrested development. Both come from the single mother household. Both are a nightmare to deal with. And heaven help you if you ever encounter one of these Dusty Negroes.